Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So hopefully this video looks good and sounds good. I'm trying a couple of new tech things. I'm trying not to become one of those people who's just like obsessed with new audio-visual gear all the time, but I'm becoming a little bit obsessed with cameras and microphones recently. I'm trying a new method of sound recording, and I have a new rental camera that I'm filming this on. Not the new camera that you saw me film my last few videos on, but like a new camera. Any hoobastank. Thanks, Wheezy Waiter. So I don't know what you're doing right now. You might be at home, you might be with your family, you might be at work, watching YouTube while you're on the clock, you dirty rascal. But if you're able to, I want you to do something for me. I want you to stop what you're doing, or not doing, or stop your doom scrolling, and come on a walk with me. No, I'm serious. Put on your shoes, let's head outside and let's take a walk. And here we are. Gosh, isn't it just nice to be out of the house? You are out of the house, right? I wasn't kidding. I want you to go on a walk with me. As with so many other YouTubers and other online people, I feel like the theme of my videos this year has been how much this year sucks. And there are so many reasons why it sucked. Everything that's going on in the world, the constant news cycle of doom and gloom and death and how bad everything is, which is all kind of true. But one major reason that it sucks, and I've mentioned this a couple of times, but it's becoming more and more clear to me as time goes on, is that it's very hard to escape it when you are constantly locked up in your house, or like really only able to leave the house to maybe go to work if you have an essential job, or just to like run to the store. But so many of our normal activities, things that help ground us and keep us calm and centered, things like parties, or hanging out with a friend, or going out to dinner, is either extremely limited or completely impossible. And most of us, at least if you're anything like me, have grown up not being able to deal with that. And after a while, our homes, which is where we live and where we spend all of our time, and which we've hopefully been able to invest some time and effort into making feel like a home, stops feeling like a home and feels more like a prison. And when things are starting to feel that way, we need to figure out a way to make things not feel so restricted, so confined, like we're trapped. And just getting out of the house and going for a walk can be a really good way to do that. Fun fact, I used to go for lots of walks, really long walks, and kind of all the time, and last year I stopped doing that, which didn't have too drastic of an effect on me last year in 2019, in the before times, but in 2020, it turned out to be not such a good decision. Combine that with the fact that because of COVID and everything, I have also had to stop going to the gym. I'm really not getting much exercise, and I can definitely see the effects on my body and my physical health. So yeah, I have to strongly encourage you, if you are trapped in your home, if you feel cooped up, if you feel like it's just dragging on and you're not doing well with it, please get out of the house. Just go for a walk. Now, I will admit that I am pretty lucky in the places and spaces that I get to go for a walk in. I realize that this is not something everybody has. But here's the thing, the place where you go when you leave your home, the outside world that you go and take a walk in, it doesn't have to be gorgeous or even beautiful or even very good looking. It doesn't have to be better than your house. The point is that it's different. It is something else other than what you have been in and surrounded by for so long now. So long. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how nice your house is. I don't care if you live in some big multi-million-dollar mansion on an estate of many acres. No matter how good a seasoned chicken breast is, if you eat it every day, 3 meals a day for 6 months, anything else that you eat is going to taste like the greatest 5-star gourmet meal that's ever been prepared. And like Ed Sheeran, I'm just thinking out loud here, but one thing that I have realized is so important is the difference between acquiring new things and acquiring new experiences. New things can be great, trust me. Few people are more aware of this than I am, but new experiences are so much more valuable for making us feel like we have done something, that we've accomplished something, or that we've gone through something that's going to make us better, that's going to make us smarter. In fact, education itself is just new experiences. It's new experiences that are specifically designed to teach us, as opposed to a lot of new experiences which just kind of end up teaching us incidentally. As an aside, that's one reason why another thing that I've been recommending people do during COVID, quarantine, and self-isolation is try to learn new things. Find any new thing thing that you can learn, that you've been interested in, and just give it a fucking whack. Even if you don't stick with it, even if it's just a thing that you do for a while and don't end up pursuing for a long period of time, you're probably gonna enjoy that experience a lot more than just sitting at home watching Netflix. For example, for the past few weeks now, I have actually started to learn piano. And it turns out that I like it a lot. I've talked before about how I'm working on guitar, how I picked up guitar when I turned 30, and I've been like, you know, sort of chipping away at it over the years. Yeah, it turns out I'm much better at piano, faster, and I enjoy playing piano more than guitar, which is not something that I would have ever learned if I hadn't given it a shot. And I can play a few simple songs now, which means that I can entertain myself and my family, and you know, there's a new experience in the house itself. You know, now sometimes my family is walking through the house and instead of total silence, there's, you know, me playing Piano Man. Which is better than total silence. At least I hope it's better than total silence and that my family hasn't just been lying to me. This is the part where I obviously have to add the disclaimer. I know that not everybody can do this. I know that this isn't an option for many people, and it might not work for some people. There are people who can't go out and go for a walk or don't want to. I'm not trying to disparage that or say that, you know, if you don't do this, that you're a bad person. I know that there are other things that can be done for people who can't go and take themselves out for a walk that will achieve the same effects that I'm talking about here. I just can't speak to that because I don't know about it because it's not my experience. What I am saying is that if you are someone like me and it's been hard to be cooped up as long as we have been, and it's, you know, not good for you or your mental health or anything like that, and going out and getting yourself out of the house and going for a walk is an option for you, well, like I said at the start of this video, I hope that you're doing that right now and out for a walk with me. And I hope that you do this again in the future. We are all in a very unprecedented time for most of us in our lifetimes, and we don't have solutions for it because they haven't really been worked out before. We're all kind of finding our way through this. And as we are all finding our way through this together, if we find something that helps us, if we find some solution that makes things a little bit better, I think we owe it to each other to share that and to encourage each other to take advantage of whatever small trick we've learned to survive this fucking year. Walking is that for me. I hope that it is for you, at least for some of you. And if it's not, I hope that you find another new experience to engage in that is that for you. That makes things a little bit easier and makes it a little less soul-sucking to go sit in your house again for the next couple of weeks. And that is all I've got for you today, Rebel. A reminder that this video and all videos on my channel are made possible by my supporters on Patreon. My patrons also get early access to every book that I write. For example, if you became a supporter today, you could read an early draft of my next novel, Hellskin, on Patreon right now. So if you want to become one of those awesome and incredibly attractive individuals, click on the Patreon link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Now I have to figure out how to get home. Bye!